the great faith is that they
I want
who are prepared to work hard and just enjoy knowing that they are close to the candidate.
Okay. We'll get other people.
No, there's a small number who I think that it's the opportunity to turn what was election support into so that whenever there's in any difficulty at all, the person they call on first and foremost would be the representative.
Good or bad thing?
Well, what I say is
bad
this.
habit presidents or what?
The most generous person in Antigua end up as politicians seeking election to office. And they're more generous than the priest, than the policeman, than the medical doctor, than the engineer. You know what I mean? In other words, if you want to see generosity at work, person who is seeking to office, and that's because they are like that.
Okay.
They're like that before the elections. They're like that during the elections, and they're after the elections.
That is not really what I'm hearing right now. I hear you people complaining, Mr. Hurst. Let me just, putting these things so you can really give some redress.
Well, like I say, there are about 3 or 4 different groups. There might only be one of these groups
complaining that way.
Yeah, I think that somehow the victory of the candidate was their victory.
Okay, well, let me ask you, but yes, it's a part of their victory.
Well,
they work on it. Okay, all right, we're learning. Okay, why do because this is always started. Why do you, after your soldiers work so hard with you, that you treat them so awful? Because they are of the opinion that you have other people who they saw laughing at them and jeering them and deering them, still right now, after they won an election in office,
that he's going to face several elections, and so you get some very loyal people around you, and loyalty some attention.
Okay.
Right, and so these loyal folks are kept around.
Okay, let me hear.
VC Bird, for example, enjoyed the loyalty of Bill Abbott.
Oh,
you understand?
Senator
for life.
Senator for life.
Right. He didn't want any VC Bird. Once he was a senator, that was it. That was all he wanted. You understand? And you have a few others who have that kind of draw.
I understand the loyalty and all that kind of stuff. I just want to get into people's. Yeah, I understand. Yes.
Had some really hard workers around him, and they stayed with him throughout his political career.
But I just want to find out what is in, because you hear the complaints every day. You turn
but that's
the radio
just a small number, because
again,
you have those who just want to know that the candidate wins.
Let me see if that is
so.
Another
who just wants to be known by the candidate, so that they'll do everything to the candidate win, and the candidate will in turn continue to befriend that person. And there are those who might be seeking employment because they didn't have a job before, so the candidate is good enough upon election to ensure that he or she has a spot somewhere in the public service.
Okay, all
right. These are political appointees.
Let me see if that is the thinking of other people. Let's take our first. Hi, good morning. Your views, go ahead.
Good morning. Sly?
Yes, good morning. Yes, I would like to start off with you. If you have our elders' story?
Tomorrow, they start to pay on Thursday.
Okay.
And they pay, when they start to pay on Thursday, they will be paying for May and not for June, as ABS said last night.
Oh.
Right, so. And they'll be paying the walk-ins, and it is the same alphabetical rollout for the last 2 months. But Sly, you asked a question, right? But people like me don't plan for this program the same day. I would have planned some days before. And whereas you can talk about the Observer newspaper program, right, for half an hour, I only have about 3 minutes. Right? So, me not have done time for do that unless you give me more time for do what I have to do.
We're talking.
Now, well, if you talk observer paper, say yourself. You can't talk half without observer paper.
We actually did? Oh, oh my goodness, he's complaining. Mr. Hurst, we're taking his time. We're so sorry.
Justified.
No, I mean,
me not the newspaper, I mean not the radio station that belong to me.
no
But I
problem.
want to tell you today is Jim's birthday.
Zim?
Yeah, one
Oh.
of them forgotten people that you're talking about. Today's his birthday.
Okay, Zim, good morning. I'm so glad that you
Tell
called,
me to
man.
cook
Wow.
some fungi so I can go up and yap.
Fungi and eel. Okay, as soon as I get off radio, I'm fine. And make sure you're home when I get off this
So I
morning,
want
eh?
to find out from Mr. Hurst. Mr. Hurst,
Uh-huh.
why should the Labour Party decide to offer a piece of land for persons that get the second dose or the first dose? And Barbudan's a part of that. Why should we give Barbudan
But wait,
our land and Antigua?
I would like to just interject here and ask you, what is this motive of you? You were
No,
just
well,
anti-Barbuda
you
this
can
way.
ask me
Why?
The motive you want.
What is this?
Barbudans don't want no Antigans to own for them the land.
What the?
And me here Goldilocks say last night, he take free job for 8,000 square feet land. You tell me why is it that every time Antiguan must always lean and bend down and roll over for Barbuda, then I intend to do that.
Besides, you handle
You
that.
tell me that. Why should we give them ownership?
They don't want no money to
Of
spend.
our land.
You don't want Antigua to send no money to Barbuda. They don't want Antigua.
Now, well,
Barbuda.
price-
What is going
price
on?
is one thing.